I call Andrew Bailey.
Mr Speaker, I rise to give a short call on this great piece of legislation, the Tax Simplification Bill, first reading. And Mr Speaker, I think we've actually reached nirvana, utopia, because everyone in this chamber tonight seems to be agreeing with this wonderful piece of legislation. I cannot actually believe it. Not only have we got our Labour members, we've got our Green members, and even New Zealand First, who I think this is one of the few times they've ever actually supported one of our bills. And I think we've got to look at this bill in the context of what a great tax system New Zealand has. It's the envy of the world. We've got very simple personal tax rates, only 4 levels, very simple company and tax trust rules, and a GST system that really everyone around the world looks at and marvels at. This bill is part of an ongoing refinement process, and it needs to be considered in relation to the changes that the IRD are doing to their IT system and their general business transformation program that they've got underway. As my colleagues have noted, and I think all of us noted tonight, there's 4 key areas where it's seeking to bring about change in this bill, which I don't actually think is that difficult, but my colleague Mr Tabato obviously thinks it is. But there's only 4 key changes. The first is it removes references to overdue communication systems and allows obviously voice and digital communication systems, which is obviously what's happening and has been occurring with legal documents around the world and in New Zealand. So it's just bringing us into the 21st century. It also allows for earlier tax refunds, and I would think there is a vast proportion of New Zealanders who are going to welcome the change, which means if they file their form and using their personal summary, not only will they get their refund cheaper, decreasing it from 30 to 15 days, but also the threshold for the automatic refund is going to increase from $200 to $600. And I think there'll be many people rejoicing once they learn about this. The third thing is that the IRD is going to be able to share information with other agencies, and it's a good thing to do because, just to give a logical case, where a provider has left a superannuation scheme, they have the ability to IRD to share that information with the provider, and it just makes it much easier for the taxpayer. Fourthly, it allows taxpayers to treat differently how they have put in place employee share schemes. These are quite common now in many companies. And of course, in the case of share purchase schemes, as an example, employers will be able to withhold tax legitimately. So great to see this bill coming in. I know it's an omnibus bill, but I think it's bringing about a number of good changes, which is an ongoing refinement of this bill. And I'm glad I've got through this speech with my voice still intact, Mr Speaker. Thank you.